Join me as I dive deep into the mysterious world of ancient cultures and challenge myself to uncover their secret use of psychedelic mushrooms. For centuries, ancient societies have been shrouded in mystery, with many of their practices and traditions lost to the sands of time. One such practice that has garnered significant attention in recent years is the use of psychedelic mushrooms in ancient cultures. Many of us have heard whispers of ancient civilizations using these substances for spiritual and ritualistic purposes, but the truth behind these claims is often clouded by misconceptions and stigma. The use of psychedelics in ancient societies is often viewed as barbaric or primitive, with many assuming that these substances were used solely for recreational purposes. However, this couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, psychedelic mushrooms played a significant role in the spiritual and cultural practices of many ancient societies. These substances were often used in sacred rituals and ceremonies, allowing participants to connect with the divine and access other realms of consciousness. Despite their importance, the use of psychedelic mushrooms has been largely misunderstood and stigmatized. This stigma has led to a lack of understanding and appreciation for the significance of these substances in ancient cultures. And it's time for us to re-examine our assumptions and explore the truth behind the use of psychedelic mushrooms in ancient societies. The Aztecs, for example, used psychedelic mushrooms in their sacred rituals, believing that they held the power to communicate with the gods. Similarly, many indigenous tribes have used psychedelic mushrooms for centuries, using them to connect with the spirit world and access ancient wisdom. These substances played a vital role in the spiritual and cultural practices of these societies, allowing participants to access other realms of consciousness and connect with the divine. The use of psychedelic mushrooms was often deeply tied to the cultural and spiritual practices of these societies. In many ancient cultures, psychedelic mushrooms were believed to hold healing properties, both physical and spiritual. They were used to cure ailments, bring good fortune, and even to facilitate spiritual growth. The significance of psychedelic mushrooms in ancient cultures cannot be overstated, and it's essential that we work to understand and appreciate the importance of these substances in their cultural and spiritual contexts. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence showcasing the impact of these mushrooms on spirituality and community in ancient times is the discovery of ancient ritual sites. These sites, often hidden deep in the jungle or buried beneath the sands of time, hold secrets of the past and provide a glimpse into the spiritual practices of ancient cultures. The discovery of these sites has allowed us to re-examine our assumptions about the use of psychedelic mushrooms in ancient societies, and has provided a unique glimpse into the spiritual and cultural practices of these civilizations. The use of psychedelic mushrooms in ancient cultures was often deeply tied to the natural world, with many societies believing that these substances held the power to connect us with the land and the spirits that inhabited it. The impact of these mushrooms on spirituality and community in ancient times is a fascinating topic, and one that deserves further exploration and study. The use of psychedelic mushrooms in ancient cultures is a fascinating topic that deserves our attention and respect. By examining the historical context of these substances, we can gain a deeper understanding of the cultural and spiritual practices of ancient societies. Share your thoughts on the use of psychedelic mushrooms in ancient cultures in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more content exploring the fascinating world of ancient cultures and psychedelics, and check out our other video on the ancient ritual practices of indigenous tribes.